One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Rentschler Field in East Hartford, home to the Uconn Huskies. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the American, the Uconn Huskies. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Blue Devils will get this season underway as toe meets leather. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies offense will start this game off with the football. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time, and we'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game. Because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it with bullets flying live. So he's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, but what does that chemistry look like with the guy throwing him the football? That's what I want to see.
Well, and the good thing is you've got tape and you've seen he's done it at the college level. Like, you already know what he is. Now it's about taking that, using his strengths. How do you use him in this offense early on in the season to really take advantage of his talents?
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Let's talk just for a minute about Uconn. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete. So Duke's offense has its first opportunity of the day. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. Well, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Pryor. The sure hands, it's Wolf. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. The Blue Devils will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
They lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here down close in the red zone.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. They want to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Wolf.
And that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, brings up a 4th down now.
4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying on the field. What a big moment here. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Here's the pressure. Trying to barrel in. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The Uconn offense goes back to work.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
A designed run for the quarterback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback will keep it. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Fires to the big fella. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Uconn will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll call for the fair catch here. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Dropping back, it's Pryor. Snagged in the middle, it's Akbar. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Duke. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Looking down the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Wolf. He breaks a tackle. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. From the shotgun, the inside give. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Scanning the field, it's Pryor. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Uconn, 0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Uconn going back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Wants to fire on second down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. And that one's incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Looking to throw, it's Pryor. He's got him. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. And the Blue Devils are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Looking to throw on third. Got his man on the right. Smashes ahead. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. The Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on second and goal. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
So now on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And the Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires on the move. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Quick completion on the out. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
They just keep firing. It's complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top. He's got it. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Uconn.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Setting up the screen. At the 35, he's open. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Catch in the middle. It's Kingsbury. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quick completion on the out route. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Uconn!
And finally, the offense strikes, man. Puts a drive together, gets points right at the end of the first half. Kudos to their defense keeping them in it. Now you got some momentum. Figure some things out at halftime. Right back in this ballgame.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The give to the back. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Rentschler Field.
Uconn has it teed up to start this second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Pryor. Unloads to the right. He's got it. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Leaves it with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Blue Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Wolf. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it. Now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Blue Devils decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Uconn offense goes back to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Plucks it out of the air. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
The Huskies really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Uconn.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Alexander. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn...
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor using a timeout here. Thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
To the air, it's Pryor. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Duke.
Aggressive, 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 man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Memphis took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week. And the end result was a focused group of Tigers that fired on all cylinders. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense round to the football?
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Got it, looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Back to pass on 2nd down. Gets it to him on the screen. Knocked off his feet.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Huskies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
I guess if you're going to get a 1-yard gain, at least it's kind of a highlight. Great body control, great job understanding how to keep a foot in bounds and give a little toe tap on the sidelines there.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So 1st down will open up the final period. Using his legs, it's Alexander. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Finn. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Uconn comes to the line after getting another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on foot. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. To the air, it's Pryor. Lofts one high and deep. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Blue Devils. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game 1, they've done a phenomenal job.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He might want another play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. With the catch, it's Kingsbury. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Using the quick game. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Uconn quick to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. Now on first down from the 30. Gets rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB, because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Offense changing the play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Quarterback now breaking the field. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. Dropping back, it's Pryor. Tagged out of the air.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he just kept running, and he ran away. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.